Paige has a stalker. Jake is officially the worst, and it's a wrap for Raina Devon. Make sure you stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I like this choice of song. She's like, I know.
Hey, shout out
I
to
love Kyle.
It's a really good choice, especially for today's episode. Welcome to Famous and Loves, my loves. We're in season 2, and this is the Goodbye Boy. Now I actually understand the title. What a crazy episode! But before we get into it, I am Nakia Monet, and I'm here with some very beautiful ladies. Ladies, go and introduce yourselves.
What's up, guys? I'm Drew Jones.
And I'm Justine.
Hey, Famous and Love fans, I'm Kristen.
Hey, ladies.
What's up, girl?
What a crazy episode. So just to go around, what are your thoughts on this episode?
That's my entire thought. No, it was a lot to take in, but a lot of things happened that I'm ready to continue to happen. So I was like, good, yes, let's do this.
Listen, I was standing up, mouth wide open, tears falling down. Like, this was the craziest episode thus far, and I am in love now. Like, it's crazy.
The ending was like suspense. We're like, come on, we need to see more, and then we didn't even get a teaser for next week. But no, this episode definitely, I think, it's been the best so far this season.
I think Famous in Love and the Freeform writers, they did a very good job of kind of building it up, because the episodes, not that they were slow, but it wasn't as crazy as today. So when you get to today, it's like they didn't hold any punches back. It's like they got straight to it. We know what's going on, and we're going to talk about it all. Shout out to you guys for tuning in with us. Today we have some really cool, I think it's cool, a really cool segment, the Famous and Love couples.
Yeah.
But I switched it up. We're going to do TV couples now.
Okay.
Make it more fun. We have a fan shout out, and then as usual, we do predictions. So let's get into it. Let's start with our girl, Cassie. Cassie is living her best life. She's on the set of her brand new horror film. The girl is running. She is screaming. How are we feeling for Cassie?
Cassie is a new TV feminist icon, I feel like. Because she was like, you gonna learn my name. Hi, dead girl number 6. Name's Cassie. And I was like, yes, let him know. He's gross.
She was always been that very kind of shy and reserved character. And I think something about him like choking her and going crazy made her go crazy. And she's just now like, I got you.
Yeah, right when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, Drew was right. Like, she is a feminist, and I'm so proud of her for hitting him in the nuts and getting in that car.
That guy was psycho.
He was nuts.
loved
But how does
it.
it show that he's the lead of the movie? And he comes off a little jealous and a little sexist. And this is something that happens in Hollywood. This happens in every place. The Me Too movement's going on. Every workplace this happens. The little sexual harassment where he's staring at her boobs. He purposely rips off her shirt. And I love that at the end, she kind of gives it to him.
Yeah.
And hits him with the door.
If someone pulled off my shirt though, she was just like, I would be like, what? Like I'd be way more pissed off. She seemed very chill about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. But because of her being so chill and awesome, the director says, you know what, girl? I'm gonna rewrite the script, and now you are dead girl number 6, so we're gonna see you on screen a little bit longer.
It's sad because this happens in the industry a lot more than people think. That little bit that we saw is like this much compared to what happened. So
Yeah, and with the episode, there's a lot of harassment going on as far as Paige and her stalker. Blaine being sexual. So I think what I love about
Her
Famous and
stalker.
Love is that they show you the real side of Hollywood, because this is the stuff that happens, and it ain't just in Hollywood, y'all. It happens everywhere.
Yes, that freaked me out. Oh my gosh, I'm like, please just turn it up. I don't want to see scary stuff tonight. Like, wow, that was so real. Like, I felt that fear in Paige's heart. That was insane.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it was like,
Drew's like, I can't.
it freaked me out a little bit. Not that I even remotely have it on that same level, but sometimes, working here and working with other outlets and stuff, sometimes you have people who appreciate your work a little too much. And I've had situations where someone has been a little too friendly, and I'm like, I feel a little uncomfortable. Like, I had someone request me on LinkedIn just to tell me that they watch a show that I'm on here, and I was like, now this man knows where I work.
Do in that situation?
in the industry,
Yeah, you're just like, this was like recently. I was like, thank you.
Haha.
We'll be walking Drew to her car after this. That is creepy. And I just want to let everyone know, listening, men or women, just be careful, watch your surroundings. There are people out there who tend to like you a little bit more than you may know or you may like them. So I just want to give that one out there. But speaking about liking, I was liking this new, our guy Rainer wakes up and he's in Paige's home and he's taking care of our baby girl Paige from a hangover from the night before.
We're Team Rainer now. I think we all are.
Yeah.
After watching it, we were all like holding our hearts like, I love you. Like, we love him now.
Absolutely. Can't believe he switched from the bad boy in the first season that everybody didn't really like, and now everybody's Team Rainer. Go back to him, Paige. We love you. And nobody really wants him with Harper anymore, so it's about time. It's like, go away.
Yeah, like I.
That's all good and all.
No, I get really stressed. He's like, I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it on the show, but I've said it when we were watching it. He's like, he has a serial killer look to him. Like, he's really hot, but it wouldn't surprise me if we found out he had like 10 bodies in his basement. Wow. He just has
the way he stares, a little bit like, okay, and like this little smile. Yeah, I see it.
But I love him and Paige. I think it's very genuine, and I think it's very like pure-hearted, and there's no like ill intentions there, unlike her relationship with Jake.
I was just gonna say, what about your boy Jake?
Not my boy.
Jake, everyone loves Jake. But isn't that such a funny situation that here's Rainer. This is sober Rainer now that we're looking at. Because I think the first season he was the bad boy, he's drinking his party. So now that he's sober, he's sweet. And remember, him and Paige weren't talking at the beginning because he was super upset. And I think with the rehab, and we always knew that he always low-key still liked Paige. I don't want to say love. I don't want to make him seem to be a stalker. But I found it really refreshing. Like, I love that he was there. He took care of her. He drove her home. He knew that girl had a screen test the next morning, unlike some people who knew and didn't think about her until the next day. Let's get into that.
God, I don't even know.
Should we?
Someone start this because I just feel like I could go on and on about this.
Let's just get into Jake and Paige.
Part.
Our guy Jake. I mean, last week, I called him the F-boy of the day.
Oh,
he's really been showing himself and his insecurities, and he's waking and baking with his boy Adam, and he's not thinking about what happened yesterday until 5 hours later.
Well,
6 hours later?
Then Cassie comes home, and it really pissed me off because at first I thought that they had talked. Like I just figured, like, okay, his girlfriend's the morning, he's sitting there on his computer. You figure, you checked in, and when she comes in, he's just like, or she's like, where is Paige? And he was just like, I actually haven't talked to her, and we were just like, wait, what?
Pissed.
What do you mean you haven't talked to your girlfriend?
Because in real life, that wouldn't work. Okay,
what do you mean?
Because it's not like, listen, I don't expect my mans to text me every morning.
Okay.
You should. But I don't expect you to. But if we went out the night before and we didn't go home together and you didn't see me go home,
and it's heavy drinking involved?
Yeah.
You
better make
that's
sure.
Just dumb that he didn't. Sorry.
Yeah. First of all, you shouldn't have even let that happen in the first place. But the fact that you didn't make sure I got home, and then you have the audacity to roll up in my house that you didn't want to move in, and then automatically assume that I'm up to something because somebody else wanted to make sure I got home safely. You need to go to plane traffic.
It's a mess because he's already jealous of Rainer because he always thinks deep down that she has this thing for Rainer, but she chose you, and I feel like he just can't get over that. So not only this, you accuse me of cheating on you. You wasn't even thinking about me until Cassie came home.
Yeah.
God forbid Cassie didn't come home. When am I gonna hear from you tomorrow?
Exactly. It's all, I'm really confused because I am that girlfriend that you need to text me every morning.
Yeah.
And then we're out we were out with each other at night. You didn't come home to make sure that I made it home. That's just, it kind of blew my mind.
I got into an accident.
Yeah, exactly.
It just shows that he doesn't care, and then it's confusing because later in the episode he's like, oh, I just feel like I need to have a big movie or else Paige isn't gonna like me. I mean, that's a whole other story, but I'm like, he needs to make up his mind because while he has her, he's not taking advantage. And I really like how Rainer was like, basically, like, he was like, what is he doing here? And he's like, doing what you couldn't do.
Oh, I loved it. It was kind of sexy.
And he has that, you're
really
right.
Sexy.
He has that little, I love Rainer now that he's sober, but he has a little, like, weirdness in his eye. That, like, something about him, but I still like him.
I think it's sexy.
It is sexy.
It's a constant wonder of, are we making out or are you going to murder me? And I like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's a turn on. You're like, okay, I like it. Because it gives you those eyes. But how did you guys think that? So at first, Jake tells Cassie, you know what? I'm just going to submit this as a short with Adam's advice. We're going to do the damn thing. I'm going to put Paige in it, and that's it. Then he has this hissy fit, and he turns around, and he's like, no, I'm good, and puts Billy in it. What would you do in that instance?
Here's the thing. Had he gone with the short and been, because like I can understand, because I like am a screenwriter and stuff, I can understand making adjustments and being like, you know what, this is the better cut, I want to go with this. But because you instantly decided to put, the only reason you chose to go with Paige is because Paige was had a name.
Ugh.
It wasn't even because this is my girlfriend and because I wrote this inspired by her and yada yada yada. You went with it because, oh, this is going to get me more clout because Paige has a name. So then for you to roll up and suddenly get pissy and be like, oh, actually, I totally meant to do Billy because Billy's is more, you know, artistically fluid. And yada. I'm like, shut up. You're just bitter and jealous and insecure and annoying. And you're not hot enough for, you are pretty hot, but it's just like not enough for me to tolerate it.
It wasn't really making sense either. Like,
No.
he just kind of was repeating himself.
So you think that he was saying that like she was a better actress than Paige in that? Or?
I think no, because when he was talking to Adam about it, Adam was like, "You could use Paige's thing," and he was basically like, "Yeah, Paige has clout essentially because she just did Locked or whatever," and so it is smart to put the girl who everyone's talking about in your short because you're gonna get a lot of attention, but you're playing yourself in the long run because now you're pissy and you're gonna put this note. And I mean, the film's probably gonna be good because Billy seems talented or whatever, but you're using your emotion and potentially messing up.
I think he low-key likes her, and he kept saying, she makes me better. We rewrote this. She's making me, I'm now a better director.
Yeah,
and he was throwing so many subs about how better he is as a person because of Billy.
Let my man tell me that another
You
house
should not say your
making him
girlfriend
better.
that.
I'd be like, you can better yourself to her house because we done. So.
Okay.
He looks so much like Paige. I mean, I guess maybe when she's more dressed up, but they look so much alike. Like, it blows my mind when I see her. I'm like, who does he really think that he's working with?
He's creepy. But talking about making things better, Justine, tell us what you have.
Oh. I was waiting for that.
She's like, what?
So, do you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life? For those who do, have we got the best podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to better in all aspects of life, from health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. And be sure to rate and comment. And when you do, let Maria know it was us that sent you there. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition. Check it out now. Little tongue twister for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and it's a pretty dope podcast. I mean, Maria is the queen bee. She is the mother of us all. Mother. And it's pretty dope because you can get a lot of advice from Maria and someone who's already in the industry. So I think it's pretty awesome. Speaking about someone in the industry and someone getting advice, I guess you can see our girl Nina is trying to calm down a little bit, and Steve is taking her to yoga because he wants to kind of get... Because, Rainer's on her mind because that's her baby. That's her son, and he's not dealing with her or talking to her. And he's trying to get her relaxed. But something he does, which kind of threw me off, was he gives... I know they're friends. Right. He gives her this script. Now, automatically, when he gives her the script, just to read over as a friend, I'm thinking, oh, wow, maybe because he feels so bad for her, she may lose her job. Maybe he'll bring her onto the project. Mm-hmm. She reads the script. She gets super excited, and that's not the case. Were you guys feeling the same way, or...
No, I actually knew. In my mind, I knew he just wanted her to read it. Because in men, you can't think. Men, they're just straightforward. There's no other things that they're thinking about when they're talking. So, no, I knew it was just for that. And now I like the relationship. But, I know she's about to mess it up this next episode, which sucks. And you know why.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was going to say, it's a bummer because I really like him. And I think he's good for her. And I think he understands her and wants to... be there for her, but she's definitely, it looks like, gonna bury herself and keep herself from happiness. So.
Yes,
all the time.
She is, but then part of me, it's like she's doing it to kind of get her son back. And I think she thinks this is a good idea to get my son back into my good graces, but what he actually really needs is a mother.
Yeah, I was speaking of having a mother, I feel like she isn't always a mother to him. I feel like she's always been kind of a manager, and she comes kind of work before being that parent figure, because even though she shows that emotional side, I still don't think that's her priorities, because later in the show when we find out all the information we haven't talked about yet, I just feel like she just doesn't really know that fine line. It's either she's mom or she's manager, and she always tends to go toward business because she looks at, I don't know, that's just my view on it.
I just feel like she thinks she's doing a good thing, but it's going to backfire on her because she might lose a good thing with Steve. And Steve is good to look at, and he's a good relationship for her. And I think she needs that in her son. She's going to push him further away. And her second son, Jordan.
Her second son?
No, you can't call him that. It's incestuous.
I want to see
Her
It's
son?
not Game of
or-
Thrones.
I was going to see if you guys are going to catch that. Her second son.
Oh, I caught it.
She did it with love, guys.
Like Nicki Minaj
shut
style son. Like all you are my
They're
sons.
my sons. Her son / lover.
Ew,
Well,
stop.
it was her son,
He
like,
started off like her son.
boy,
and-
and
for a
then,
couple
you know,
weeks.
that
The only thing her and his Jordan and Rainer have in common is that. Never mind.
No.
everyone's like, no, and I'm like, wait, I'll be here.
Never mind.
I think what Drew's gonna say, the only thing they have in common is that they're both on the movie of Locked.
Yes. Yes.
And they both love Nina so much.
Yes. I do remember this was a freeform show and
We gotta keep it freeform and PG.
freeform friendly.
But I think people get the
get the
You
balance.
do.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
if it wasn't on Freeform?
Now then we can get real dirty.
If it
Yeah.
was like on,
like
you know,
HBO.
yeah.
or-
Yeah.
But Freeform, what I think, and this is why I think they switched from ABC Family, because now you have the shows like The Pretty Little Liars, and you have more of the. It went from really family-like teen to
Yeah.
young adult
Mm-hmm.
like shows.
They are up in it. We did see Cheeks in the first episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a couple things that they're smoking weed.
Yeah.
I know it's like legal over here, but I don't think it's legal everywhere. So I was just like, oh, okay.
Cheeks for progression.
Yeah. But our guy Jordan, he is kind of going through it. Our poor baby, he has a panic attack, but the beautiful Marisol is there by his side, and she gives him really great advice about secrets and keeping them and secrets coming out. But Jordan cannot take the stress. He has reporters calling him all the time. He has to fly to New York to Good Morning America, and it looks like the stress and anxiety gets the best of him. Did you guys think Jordan was going to do what he did on Good Morning America and reveal the big secret?
No.
I was just like, what?
No, really, like, literally my mouth dropped to the floor. Like, I cannot believe they just had him do this on live TV. I cannot wait to see how they're spinning this next episode. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, but I was really excited because I was like, yes, like, because it kind of feels like once you finally are able to get something off your chest that you've been, holding or hiding, it's kind of like I can breathe now. And so it's wild that like that's already happening for him, because now I'm like, where is this character gonna go? Because this has been like the big arc of his storyline. So I'm like, where could this go? And I'm excited to see where it will
I have a
go.
thought.
What's your thought, girl?
I said it right away, and I could be wrong, but the first thing that I thought, the second he started saying it, I was like, is this maybe a dream? Because he's going through all this crazy anxiety, or maybe he's having like daydreaming or visions, and is he sitting there like, in his head, like, are we gonna see next episode him like waking up in a panic? Like,
Could be.
I kind of hope, because I'm really scared,
Maybe.
because I don't want him to go away, because he's my favorite, and he's just such a cute little puppy. Like, he's just
We
so
love Keith.
cute.
Yeah.
Another thing it reminded me of, I don't know if you guys remember when Chris Brown was going through his whole situation with the Rihanna thing, and he goes on Good Morning America and he's interviewed by the great Robin, but before then he talks to the producers and he's like, guys, these are the things I don't want you to bring up, but because of the producers and because it's his TV, Robin kind of goes into the whole Rihanna situation and kind of like hammers him. Though Kristen could admit to doing something big like that, he freaks out, he breaks the glass. So that kind of reminded me of a little Chris Brown
I
situation.
never saw that.
Yeah, it's really good. If you guys haven't, his documentary came out, he talks about it, but you can even YouTube his interview because it's a little awkward where she's asking the right questions, but he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you're now in the limelight. Do you think
Yeah.
that actors, because you are an actor, you have to talk about it? Talk about stuff like this?
I think when it's something that's like, I think actors and people in the limelight deserve to have like some privacy, but I think when it's something that there's people looking up to you and like it could affect them, like normalizing domestic violence in Chris Brown's case is not cool, and you have a lot of young fans and a lot of people look up to you. So I think he did owe it to his fans and to everyone a explanation. Like I was like, I don't know, like 15, 16 when that happened, and I was like heartbroken.
Yeah, I feel like when you become in the limelight, I think they know that they're signing up for this. Especially when you're pubbing. I mean, you're going on, tours to talk about, your different projects. Of course, people are going to talk about your personal life. Like, that's inevitable. So, I mean, they know what they're signing up for, unfortunately,
Yeah.
I think it's a
tough
little
out
bit of
here.
each.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it's I think that they need to like if it's something big, kind of like what you're saying, domestic violence and stuff, yes, because that affects people like in the public and stuff, and just like everything is so public that yes, but then at the same time, like we don't need to know if you guys had a little argument at dinner. You know what I mean? Right. So some people share too much and some people don't share enough when it's like you put yourself out there. We want to know. So I think it just depends.
I think in the case of Jordan, I don't like. I mean, obviously it makes for great TV, but I don't think in reality we would have he owed us an explanation.
Exactly. But speaking about signing up, Drew, you have a present for us.
Yes. Now listen, y'all. I know you love us. Because duh. I'm going to give you guys 2 seconds right now if you're watching us on YouTube to like this video. Ready? Moment of silence. Bam. The video should be liked by now. Honestly, truly. You can leave us comments. Let us know what you thought of the episode. If you agreed with us. If you disagreed with us. If you're listening on iTunes or SoundCloud, leave us a comment there. Leave us 5 stars because... 1 for each of us, and then 1 for you.
I was gonna say there's not 5 of us.
Good to go.
Good one.
1 for cute Keith Powers.
Yes, 1 for cute Keith Powers. And make sure to check out the AfterBuzz TV website. It just got redone not too long ago. It looks amazing. It's super easy to find everything, and you can find, our show on it with a bunch of different platforms that you can listen or watch it on. So go check it out.
Thanks, Drew.
You're welcome.
It seems like Rainer is the guy of the episode. He's doing big things. Him and Jordan have a teeny tiny little conversation, and Rainer and Harper. It's like Harper is Jake for most of us.
Yeah, right?
Harper is the Jake of the episode. Harper. Yeah, we're not feeling Harper. So Raina comes home, and instead of her... Because the situation the night before is that big party, the big fundraising party, and he was not feeling her attitude. Bringing the booze, the open bar, having the cameras there, kind of pretty much setting him up for failure. So when he comes home, the first thing she does is she accuses him of sleeping with Paige because Sloan kind of put that out in the universe. And Raina does something that I did not think he would do. He tells homegirl, I think we need to take a break. I'm good on you. Did you think that he did that because of his good little experience with Paige? Or do you think he really wasn't feeling Harper at the moment?
Go ahead.
All right. First of all, she did way better than Jake, okay? She actually called bars, restaurants, calling around. She was a good girlfriend in that moment. But yeah, they did need a break because Harper was tripping. I didn't even really like her excuse for it. I think he should have still gave her a break. You know what I'm saying? And especially how she's acting now that he wants to move on from Hollywood. So let him move on, be free. She's kind of doubting him, and she's not.
Is it doubt or is that her meal ticket getting away?
Meal ticket, darling.
I think she's totally using him for whatever reason. Why? Because when he says that he doesn't, want to stay in Hollywood or just, he's kind of backing out of that whole vibe. She's just like, no. Like, she looks upset. And he's like, I'm happy. This is the life that I want to live. And she's almost like, no, why? You're going to regret it. I just feel like she's trying so hard. Like, she doesn't like him for him, clearly, if she's trying to, make him do something that he doesn't want to do.
It was a little weird because she's the one who brought up New York to him to get a break. But I think what she's doing, I think her little plan, because I do think she's out for something, is going to kick her in the butt because I think she's using him for clout. And Sloan kind of gives us the little seeds that she is really no good. So I think her suggestion, let's go to New York after this, let's take a break. And it's like, but girl, he's a new person, he's clean, he's sober. Maybe you should have suggested that.
She's kind of giving off and on vibes though, because she told off Nina when he was like, "Oh, he's gonna regret this," and she told him off "Oh, he'll never get an Oscar or Emmy being under you."
Can't read that girl.
So it's like she's being off and on. It's very hard to read her at this time.
Well, I think with the Nina thing, she's pushing, she wants Rainer to be dependent on her because Rainer obviously has an addiction problem, and so if it's not the cause, if it's not alcohol or drugs, it's going to be Harper. And so I think she wants to push away anyone who really is trying to have his best interests at heart away from him because then he depends on her. I don't think Rainer said he needs a break because of Paige. I think Rainer really is genuinely in this time where he's trying to take care of himself and he's trying to do better. And did the Paige thing kind of make him, I think maybe the Paige thing made him realize I deserve more than that. But I don't think he's doing it because of Paige.
Well, it's very interesting. Well, at the rap party, as we were just speaking about, it's like Rainer can't keep his eyes off of our girl Paige. And, because I think low-key they both still have feelings for each other.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're the couple that's supposed to be. But this is a very interesting rap party, as you guys mentioned. Our girl Harper, who's a little on and off, goes off on Nina. And Nina kind of went off on her as well because Nina doesn't understand why her son Raina will make an announcement that he is quitting Hollywood for good. He's done. He doesn't want to be an actor. He's moving to New York. Do you guys believe him, or do you guys think he's going to come back into the acting world?
I totally believe him, but for the point of the show, I don't think he's going.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or he'll be like both, but for the point of the show, no.
I still think it plays into the whole he's an addict thing. Like, I think he's an extremist, and so like he's just doing the craziest thing he can possibly do to get away from. Like, he even gave his car to the valet, which was really sweet, actually. That warmed my heart.
I think we all kind of cried a little bit.
But I don't think he's actually gonna go to New York. But I do think he's serious about maybe taking a step back from acting, because it's Famous in Love. It's not Famous in acting. So for him to be relevant, it's not going to be him necessarily having to be an actor.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off about that side chick of his. I forget her name.
Harper?
Because, yeah, like I don't like her. Like I
She's
really
not
hate
relevant.
her. And hate is a strong word. But I really don't like her. But no, what made me mad about that was that we were all like, when he gave that car, we were like, oh my God. Like we couldn't even handle it, and she was just in disgust, like, what do you mean you gave away the car? She's so materialistic, and he's like, I just put 2 kids through college, and we're just like, this is amazing, and she's just like thinking about herself.
I think she's showing her true colors because though she came off as really genuine and sweet, there's an alternative motive, and she really wants something from Rainer, and she does not want him to give up acting because this is her meal ticket. She's a child actress who's washed up, no pun intended, with her fundraiser, but she kind of needs him to be him. So I don't think that, and I think Rainer being sober, he's going to, and that's a prediction, but I think he's going to recognize what our girl is up to. Speaking about recognizing, so last week we got a hint that Paige had a stalker. And this week, we meet Jeremy.
And he just looked like a stalker.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
He's freaky. He totally freaked me out. Like, I was
Yeah,
like
he made
this
me
the
worse.
whole time. Like, no.
What do you think he's doing in that situation? A guy comes, you guys are on set or at work, you're getting into your car, leaving your car, and a guy comes up to you and he reads you your whole life and tells you you're
I would walk away before I even, like, literally the whole time she was standing there watching him, I was just like, why are you standing there? And then when there was awkward silences, that'd be my time to be like, leave. Like, she was just standing there. I'd be like, I gotta go. Like, why is she just standing there? It really made me anxious, and I just didn't like it.
I understand she was being nice to a fan. You don't really get, that vibe at first. Like, okay, nice fan. Then after, when you see the back door open, okay, it's a problem now. So we need to.
Well, it's also, like, you just don't know what people are capable of. And so, like, you just don't ever want to, in situations like that, you don't want to
be alone.
Yeah.
And she was alone at night.
Yeah.
Ooh, but who would she call? Rainer or
Ghostbusters.
Jake?
Ooh, dun dun dun.
She called it Rainer.
Yeah, I would want her to call Rainer.
Call Rainer. Who are
Yeah.
you guys calling?
Rainer.
Rainer.
Jake is a little. I can't even say what he is. He wouldn't do anything
Jake's not
to
gonna
save
answer
her.
the
I'm
phone.
calling.
Yeah.
I'm calling Cassie because both
Facts.
guys are not reliable.
Oh, that's
I
true.
love Rainer.
But she's
but-
a woman. Do you
Raina's
feel
gonna
safe if your girl best friend comes over? Would you
Hey,
feel
You
safe?
can hit him up upside the head with a frying pan.
Facts.
Because think about it. If I have one call, I'm not gonna call Jake because he's a D and he's not gonna answer. I'm not gonna call Rainer because Rainer's gonna be like, laid up with his girlfriend, so he might not even come. I'm gonna call the one person who I know is gonna come. We're gonna have to die together.
And she beat someone up on set too.
I'm
just
dying.
saying.
You dying.
We died together. Yes. But this was a really cool episode. What are your final thoughts on the episode?
This is why I watch Famous in Love. I think this episode embodied everything that I love about Famous in Love, and I love that they're kicking it up a notch because I really was like, how are they going to top next season? And so I'm hyped that they're doing it this early on in the season.
Yes.
I don't know. I just loved everything about it. I mean, everything between the romances, between the drama, between the stalker, the scary. Wait, we didn't mention that someone entered Paige's home. Remember the thing was going off?
Yeah, the back door being
Yeah,
open.
and that part right there, I was like, I'm not here to watch a scary movie. I was holding my things. I was like, no, I'm not here for a scary movie. But I'm about it. Everything in that episode is, I can't really top what you just said.
I just love how it's so many real life instances, how they're speaking on feminism, how they're speaking on, stalkers, how they're speaking on how celebrities go through this in real life and they're humans and they have to like deal with all this stress and anxiety. We shouldn't be so hard on them. So I just love that aspect of feminism.
I like that. I like that's really dope. All three of you guys had really good answers. This episode was a really good episode, and it kept me on my toes. And I felt like Jordan. I had anxiety because I'm like, "What's happening?"
Right.
But that was a really cool episode. So we have some really cool segment for you guys. Kristen has some really cool fan shoutouts.
Yes, fan shoutouts. Thank you for watching Famous in Love and liking and commenting on YouTube. We have some names to shout out. Hey, Christine A. Thank you for commenting and liking. Jasmine Caldwell and Swit Love, a YouTube user. We are so thankful for your comments and your just watching us and talking about the show with us. We love that interaction, so keep interacting with us, guys. Thanks.
Yes, and for those who are listening to us and who can't visually see us, we have a live chat on YouTube. So those who watch us, they chat with us. You guys can come on over from iTunes and come hang out with us. So it's pretty dope. Speaking about hanging out, I have a really cool segment. I've been doing it for the past couple of weeks. It's corny, but
No, we love it. I love it.
Yay! It's Famous in Love Couples, the TV
edition.
All right. Hopefully, I feel like you guys are gonna get this.
I didn't see them.
Yes.
Yay.
Oh, okay,
I was like, what is
Steven. Yes. Shout out to our amazing engineer, Steven. All right. This is the Omarion song.
It is? I didn't even notice that.
So, Drew, you cannot look.
I'm not looking. I'm looking at her nails.
Are we ready for
Yeah, don't
number
look at
one? He is a paleontologist who studies dinosaurs. She's a personal buyer who loves fashion. They frequently visit Central Park, and they were on a break.
Oh.
Can I say it?
Who is it?
Rachel and Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you're all like gonna go for it.
Hey.
The paleontologist, I was like, paleontologist.
Yeah, at first that I didn't get that.
I
at
was
first.
still thinking about real life. I'm like, you talking about real life?
No, couples.
Yes,
Friends,
TV.
my
All right, let's see. We got
Love
the second one. She, who is a famous journalist who often writes about sex. He, a
already know
mysterious big man who always wears a suit, and they live in the best city, New York City, the city I'm from, and they live their best life having brunch. Kristen.
Okay. It's big, and I forgot Sarah Jessica Parker. I forgot her real name. I mean the name
Carrie
of the
Bradshaw.
show.
Yeah.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Hey.
Big. Hey.
All right, last one. He is a judge. She is a university teacher. They live their best lives in Bel Air, and they were kind of known as our aunt and uncle.
Phil and dark skin Amphib.
Yes!
The only Amphib we
Thank
acknowledge.
you. Thank you guys for playing another edition of Famous in Love Couples TV edition. That was pretty awesome. So let's get to some predictions, because there's a lot, thank you, Steven, that has happened.
Oh, man.
Your AfterBuzz TV
Yikes, yikes.
predictions.
Kristen?
Predictions. Let's go with. All right, Paige and Jake. Man, because I know she's gonna call Jake. She's gonna call Jake when this back door is broken into. So he's gonna mess up again, and hopefully they break up. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Jordan, like the biggest thing of this show. Like, wow. I don't know what to predict on that. I don't want to say he's going to prison. I don't know like what's going on, but I know him and Marisol we'll get back to. Oh, and then his best friend Rainer I'm sure will reach out to him like, oh my gosh, you didn't have to do that. I'm sure it's gonna bring everyone together again. I think that's will. And yeah, those are my two biggest. I'm all excited about those predictions. Hopefully, but yeah, that's all right.
So Jordan, I'm gonna say I'm not 100% on this one, but I'm gonna say it's a dream, and that he just had like a panic attack, and that this all isn't going to, I can't say the word. I think that Paige and Rainer are gonna end up hooking up in the near future. She's going to dump Jake because he's an idiot and I hate him. And
Same.
trying to think what else. As of now, I mean, those are the two main things I can think of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other stuff that goes on.
I think Jordan's actually going to have a reaction he's not expecting, and I think it's going to be a very like loving and like understanding,
Okay.
like, you know,
Yeah.
feedback. Like it's going to be because I mean he didn't murder someone for this. It was self-defense. So I think it's going
That's
to
an
be
investigation they're gonna have to
yeah. But I think like as far as like fan reaction and like the like society, I think they are going to be very supportive. I don't think he's going to be expecting that. I think Rainer and Paige are going to get closer. I feel like Cassie's going to end up being a bigger part of her movie than she's expecting, and that like they're even like making her think she is right now. I'm over Jake. I just like whatever. I'm sure him and Billy are going to like do something.
That's something I forgot. They're definitely going to end up together because
Together?
Well, because Paige is going to break his heart because he sucks, and he's going to look for Billy as a rebound, and that's what's going to happen.
He's going to try to like apologize or something.
And he'll be like, no, I
And
have
then
Billy.
she's going to walk in and he's going to be like in bed with Billy or something.
It's so going to happen.
I think that because we see the end where he is submitting his movie to the film festival, and I do think that he's going to take Billy with him because she's the actress, and I think that they're going to do something during this whole film festival tour. I do think that I don't think Rainer is going to go to New York City with Harper. I think he's very close with breaking up with her because he did on the show, and she kind of led her way back into his life. But I do think he is going to slow down on the acting and kind of do more positive things. And I do believe that him and Jordan are going to become friends again. I think the network and people are going to reach out to him and pretty much lift him up.
If it's not a dream.
If it's not a dream. And I do think we're going to see his mother again, because remember his mother was blackmailing him, kind of, sort of, season one with the whole secret.
Yeah.
So now that this secret's out, he has nothing to hide. And I do think Marisol's going to be by his side.
There's a couple of people missing from the episode, too.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Rainer. I said Rainer and Paige. Rainer and Paige, I think, definitely going to hook up. I do think that either she is going to call, I would love for her to just call Cassie, but I think because of the sake of the show, she's probably going to call Rainer. They're going to make out and probably have sex because he saved her life and arrest the bad guy. And I just think it's going to get really juicy from here. Next week will be episode 7, so we shall see. Before we wrap, ladies, tell the peeps where they can find you guys at.
You can find me at the Chris Exclusive on Instagram.
You can find me at Let's Face It with Justine on Instagram.
And you can find me on all the things at OK Drew J and tomorrow night on the Atlanta panel.
Woo! You guys can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. You can find us AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Instagram. I forgot Instagram. Make sure you guys like, tune in, and subscribe, and let us know how you felt about this episode. We'll be seeing you guys later. It's been real.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.